Hey, what's up, guys? Jeff Kamke here with Wealth Energetics. So I want to talk about rate of return today. And most of you that follow this channel know that I'm all about the inner work, as it is also important to talk about financial strategies. So, we want to have a foundation built on solidness when it comes to what we're doing with our money. We want to be able to create passive income. We want to be able to create financial freedom from that. But also the inner work is so important. So we can talk about rate of return from, does this product get 7%, or, oh, this product over here gets 8%. So I'm going to put my money where there's 8% because that just is going to get me further faster, right? And so while rate of return can be an important discussion, I want to flip it on its head and give you something different to think about, something to ponder around rate of return. This isn't going to be what you're expecting. So I'm reminded of years ago, I was at a personal development seminar and training. They're talking about the artist from centuries ago, Michelangelo, and he was quoted as saying when he was creating a statue of David, I removed everything that wasn't David. So imagine this, you've got this block of stone and you start chipping away everything that wasn't David, right? To reveal what was left was the perfect sculpture of David. And so when we're talking about rate of return, I'm not talking about how fast our money is growing and what product we should be using. This is more of a spiritual principle. This is a growth principle of what is the rate that you're returning to the core you, the true you. Because as we go through life, we take on all these different things, the beliefs of other people, what we observe, what we experience. And this can be from before we were in the womb, through conception, through, pregnancy, after birth. Our subconscious mind is so impressionable and imprintable up until the age to maybe 5 to 7, depending on which expert you talk to on that. And that we download so much of what we experience and what we see and what we hear, and we internalize that, and then we repeat it for the rest of our life. And so, most of you are going to be adults that are listening to this, obviously. And so we have built on, just like David, we've got all this exterior stone that needs to be chipped away to get back to who we are. And whether this is around abundance, whether this is around health, whether this is around your relationships, there's aspects of you that you need to chip some of that stone away because it is limiting you. It is holding you back from the fullness that you can experience. So when we talk rate of return, I want you to think about what is the rate in which you're returning to the wholeness, the fullness of who you truly are. It's a very important thing for you to consider and to be taking more seriously. And I know many of you probably watching this channel, you're already part of that type of lifestyle where you've integrated a lot of things to return to the fullness of you, because I believe we are created in God's image. We are created whole and perfect. And while we have imperfectness in our humanness, we still have a core person, that we have desires. We have the way that God designed us, things that we want to bring to the world. I believe that when we came to earth through conception, we had a purpose that we were here to carry out. Some call that like a soul contract. There were certain things that we came here to learn, and we're here to play those things out through the decisions and choices that we make, through the failures that we have, through the lessons that we need to learn. And so as we go through that process, that is like chipping away some of the block that doesn't need to be there. And, another quote that I'm reminded of around this topic is that we don't have to add things on to go up spiritual levels. We don't have to learn. We don't have to acquire. We don't have to experience in order to go up. We actually need to do discarding. And it's much the same principle. If we need to discard things that are not ours, we need to discard the things that are of other people. We need to discard the things that are beliefs of our parents and beliefs of what we heard on the media, beliefs of what we heard growing up in school from teachers, maybe what we heard in church from preachers. There are things that are limiting, things that are not going to allow you to expand, things that are going to not allow you to fulfill your purpose that God created you to do here. We need to discard those things. And that is part of the growth process of identifying and figuring out what it is that I need to discard. What block do I need to chip away to be a fuller person, to a more complete person, a more connected to source, to God type of a person. So I'm going to give you a few things to think about on how do you do this? How do you find out, like, what do I need to get rid of? How do I need to do this? Well, it can be as simple as just ask yourself, and sometimes just taking a step back and looking at your life, looking at the themes and the patterns in your life. What continually shows up? What are the emotions that continue to show up? What are the mental programs, the mental patterns that continue to show up? What do you keep attracting in your life? What is it that keeps coming in? What lessons are you not learning? What do you see that's on repeat? What emotions, what feelings do you keep having keyed in around the things that you keep experiencing? the things that we keep going through will continue to get louder and louder and louder. The pain will get turned up more and more and more as we go through life. And we want to be able to easily see those things. And the more that we can be open from a third position of looking at our life and looking at it from like a bird's eye view of what is going on, it becomes pretty apparent the things that we need to, start addressing. And maybe you need to hire a mentor. Maybe you need to go see, energy worker. Maybe you need to do various things to help you get through some of this stuff. And, we can't always do it alone. There's a lot of power in figuring things out and working through things ourselves, but there's also a lot of power in getting the outside expertise of somebody that knows how to cut through the nonsense, cut through the noise to be able to get to what it is that you need to get rid of. And maybe there's things that you can't see for yourself. And sometimes you need other energy to help combat the negative energy that you have through your thoughts and beliefs and stuck subconscious emotions and those types of things that can be what's holding you back, you need to release and get rid of to become the fuller version of you. So if this is something that you need help with, reach out through the comments section here, the description with this video. This is something that we help other people with. We not only do the financial strategies, but we help with this inner work. I'm a best practitioner, been trained in that for over a decade. I'm a thought field therapy practitioner, been certified in that for over a decade. I know how to cut through some of the subconscious stuck stuff. And a lot of what we can help you with is if you've been doing a lot of the other modalities and you don't seem to be getting where you need to go, likely it's things that are below the surface. And that's specifically what we've been trained to help with, is getting through to some of this deeper stuff that we need to get rid of. It's what the subconscious is holding on to that you can't access through conscious thought and conscious analysis, that we can get right to, neutralize it, update the subconscious to what you want in your life, what you want to be showing up as, updating it to the fullness of who you are so you can begin to express and manifest that type of thing more readily in your life. So again, if you have comments or questions on this, let me know. Put it in the comments below. If you need help, again, reach out, click the links in this description, schedule some time with us. We'll talk about it. We can schedule a plan for what it would take to get you where you want to go and get you to where those things are falling off so that you're back to the fullness of you. And maybe you won't be 100% perfect. Obviously, I don't think you can ever achieve that in this physical plane here on Earth, but we can get you on that track and start discarding the things that are holding you back. So let's look at it from the rate of return. I want to help you get that rate of return back to the fullness of who you are. Accelerate it. Let's collapse the time around it. Let's get you to where you want to be at a faster rate. We've helped numerous people. I'm thinking, it's just, I'm doing this. One of the chiropractors that I used to work on a lot, there was always things that he had coaches. He had people that, he was working with on a regular basis, and he would come to me for the specific things that he could not get past. And we would always clear those things, and he'd report back the next session or two, Jeff, I'm crushing this goal now. Hey, this minor physical complaint that I couldn't get rid of has healed now. There's a lot of little things subconsciously that we specialize in helping you get up and over so you can continue on the path that you're designed for to impact a lot of people through your purpose. So thanks for watching this, guys. If you love this kind of content, subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed and have the bell notified when we produce more content like this. And then share this with people that you think this will be relevant for. If you know somebody right now that needs to hear this message about discarding things that are not part of who they ultimately want to become, or that they need help getting over the hump and figuring out what is it that's still holding me back, nobody else can figure this out, this is the video that they need to see. So share that with them. And we'll look forward to talking to you guys next in the next video. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.